What's going on, New York Giants fans? Hit Squad back at it with another video, and we have another reaction for you guys today. Daniel Jones just took a sack. That's going to end out the game for the New York Giants. The Giants lose to the Seattle Seahawks 27-13, and will go 6-2 into the bye week. Now, I have a lot of thoughts in this game. I'm going to tell you guys how I'm feeling, some things that I saw, and I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say as well. Um, yeah. Let's start off with some of these injuries, right? So defensive end Nick Williams, he's out with a bicep injury. Richie James, who we'll get to later in this video, but despite anything, I want to make sure that he's okay. He's dealing with a concussion injury. He looked like he hit that ground a little hard. This team was not ready to play today. At least offensively, they were not. Offensively, I mean, we were just inept. It was very predictable, if you will. Wide receivers really did not come to play and to help Daniel Jones at all, outside of Darius Slayton, who, again, he's proven me wrong week in and week out that he's here to play. Um, but yeah, let's talk about this Giants offense, right? So the Giants offense in the first half, again, was very bad. You have 48 total yards on offense. That's inexcusable when you have Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. And credit the Seattle Seahawks defense. They definitely had their A game today. I still don't think their defense is that good. I think, the Giants were really missing a lot of players that were injured, especially Evan Neal, Daniel Bellinger at tight end. Those are two crucial pieces to this offense, and it was shown today. But credit Seattle's defense. The New York Giants, 48 total yards in the first half. Saquon got little to no touches on the ground, which was very confusing considering that this is a team that can't stop the run. Why aren't you running the ball more? Try to be cute really wasn't working out for the New York Giants. I thought Daniel Jones missed a wide open Lawrence Cager. Who I mean, don't I want to go back and rewatch that play, but for me personally, I just thought the timing was a little bit off. Daniel Jones just put a little bit too much mustard on that pass. I'm not gonna get on him too much, but with the limited playmakers that you have, you gotta make those kind of plays. But again, I thought the offensive play calling was probably Mike Kafka's worst game this entire season. Just very predictable going into the half. You want to be able to score points, and he's throwing out a conservative drive. And it leads to a punt. You're kind of scratching your head why the Giants aren't being more aggressive, knowing that they should be able to put points on the board, considering that they've only had 48 total yards. You want to add to that, you get the ball in the half. So, it was very confusing to see that. Again, Mike Kafka did not call a good game, and to mix that with the conservative play calling in the first half, it's a recipe for disaster. Now let's talk about this defense, right? I thought the defense came to play today. Despite this loss and despite them kind of falling apart in the fourth quarter, this defense came to play, and I gotta give credit to Wink Martindale. Working with what he's working with. You saw on the first drive, back to back, pass breakups by Fabian Moreau, who was guarding DK Metcalf. You love to see that. Fabian Moreau is really, really molding himself into a nice player. And he's looking like a really good signing for the New York Giants. We had four pass breakups on the first two drives, right? Two by Fabian Moreau, one by Nick McLeod, one by Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson is him, okay? There's things that you could take out of a loss. Despite anything, there's things you could take out of a loss. Adoree Jackson is him. He had two pass breakups, one that would have saved one that saved a touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful play by Dory Jackson. Had one strip fumble on Tyler Lockett, which set the Giants up on this 2 yard line, led to a Saquon touchdown. He's proving that, he is that number one guy. He's playing on an all pro level right now. And I am very, very impressed and very pleased with the Dory Jackson this year. A lot of people have questions if he's that number one. He's definitely showing that this season. I thought that outside of maybe the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, the New York Giants did a good job stopping the run, stopping Kenneth Walker, and I got to give them a lot of credit. Kenneth Walker, he has been running the ball very well the last couple weeks, and the Giants did a fairly good job considering that in recent weeks we haven't really been able to stop the run. So despite, that brutal run by Kenneth Walker that led to a touchdown, credit him, man. I mean, the Giants' poor tackling really showed on that play. One hell of a run by the rookie. I gotta give him a lot of credit there. Rookie Micah McFadden. I mean, he had himself a nice game today. He saw his first snap since the Packers game, but he had a beautiful sack on Geno Smith today. Got to give him a lot of credit. He read that very well. Jihad Ward, I thought, he had a pretty solid game. You don't want to see, that face mask call, but I think he's been very solid for us. He's definitely been a difference maker on this defense. But this wasn't a game the Giants, could really bounce back from. Just too many mistakes. I mean, you want to talk about penalties. Penalties really derailed this team. We had two on Tyree Phillips. Again, Evan Neal's presence was very missed. Not just in the passing game, but in the running game as well. Very much missed. The crowd noise was a factor. I got to be honest with you. We all knew that going into this game that the Seattle Seahawks, number 12, was going to be very, very much a factor in this game, and it was. I got to give Seattle a lot of credit. They are playing hard, tough-nosed football, and it's a good story for Geno Smith, man. I mean, I hate saying it, because I'm still trying to get over this loss, obviously, but he played himself a hell of a game, man. One hell of a game. I mean, that Seattle's offense, they were precise. Geno was making smart decisions, making plays out of nothing, really extending the field, finding his wide receivers, creating big plays. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks, they were able to convert on third downs, which that's been the Giants' strong suit. We've been able to get teams off on third downs. It wasn't a game for the New York Giants today like I thought it would have been. The offense did not come ready. And let me say this much about the offense, okay? If this game did not prove to you, or at least make you strongly consider that the New York Giants should go out there and go get themselves a wide receiver, I don't know what to tell you. Look, I get, the ideology that this isn't a 1 year fix. Obviously, we got to focus on the future. We got to, save our picks for next year's draft. There are some good wide receivers in this draft, but this offense ain't going nowhere if we don't get ourselves a wide receiver. Much love to Darius Slayton. Much love to the promising rookie Wan'Dale Robinson. They're not getting it done. Marcus Johnson, not getting it done. Richie James, who I don't want to put the blame on one person here, but you can make a very compelling argument that his two fumbles, three on the year, all on special teams, cost the New York Giants this game. I mean, they were just gut wrenching plays. And I got to be honest with you, man. Look, he got to go. I hope he's okay with the concussion. I really, really do. I understand the human aspect of this. But that last fumble, that to me, that's a cuttable play, in my honest opinion. He's got to go. And if you're not going to cut him, find someone else that could do punt return. Because the Richie James experiment was a failure. It is a failure. You need to go out there or at least look on the roster and make some adjustments. In terms of the wide receiver position, I will stand and die on the hill that the New York Giants have to go get a wide receiver. I'm not saying go trade your first rounder. I'm not saying go even trade a second round pick. But I absolutely believe that you could get a quality player for a third round pick, whether that's Jerry Jeudy, whether that's, and I know there's Giants fans that don't want Claypool. I get that completely. Would he be a number one here? Probably not, but I'll tell you this much. He would be a big upgrade over what we have currently. Because again, Marcus Johnson, even when Kenny Golladay comes back healthy, I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket for Kenny Golladay in this offense. I just got to be 100% real with you. I'm not. This is the perfect opportunity for the New York Giants to go out there before the trade deadline and make a move at wide receiver. You want to go see what you have in Daniel Jones? You want to see what he could really do? Go out there and get him a wide receiver. That's how you're going to know. I mean, look, again, this offense, for what it was today, outside of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, I mean, it was inept. But again, this was another week where Daniel Jones played with some confidence, commanded the offensive line, trying to make plays out of nothing, trusting his wide receivers on crucial drives, and they don't come up with these plays. I mean, there's things that obviously he has to work on, and there's plays in this game I am sure that he wants back. But at the same time, we have to have the honest conversation with ourselves, Giants fans. This is not a good wide receiver room. And I know we want to focus on future years. I get that. I hear you. This offense isn't going to go far if you don't go get yourself a wide receiver. Darius Slayton can only do so much. Wan'Dale Robinson could only do so much. Kenny Galladay is not going to come in here and change this offense. You need someone that can at least have defenses respect him and not stack the box on Saquon Barkley every damn play. It's enough. We have to have the honest conversation here. I understand we have to focus on future years, but the reality of the situation is this is a very bad wide receiver core that needs help. Go get your quarterback a wide receiver because that's what he really needs. I'm not saying that's the main reason why we lost. I'm not saying that's the main reason that this offense is struggling. But god damn it, excuse my language, it is definitely a top two reason as to why this offense is the way that it is. When you have receivers that can't create separation, you have receivers that don't pose any threat downfield outside of Darius Slayton. I mean, come on now, be real here. You need a wide receiver. Joe Shane, make the move. Do the right thing. You're going into a bye. Go get yourself a wide receiver. Give him an extra week to get acclimated into this offense. You're going to need to now because Richie James is now in concussion protocol. Go get yourself a wide receiver. Again, defense, they came to play. They got to be better going into, coming out of this bye against the Texans. And I think that they will. But this just was not a good game by the New York Giants. This was not a good game by the New York Giants. And there's things that we have to fix. And again, credit the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, the defense, for what it is, I really think that they played well. I thought that they played disciplined. They played smart. They were able to take away, what really, keeps this offense going with the New York Giants, and they were able to shut that down. I got to give them a lot of credit. I really do. But again, I thought there was a lot of opportunities that the New York Giants could have, kept that defense on the field longer, wear them out on the offense. And we couldn't do it. Again, in the second half, our offense looked better. We were converting third downs when we needed to. The run game looked a lot better. We were getting things going in the passing game for what it was, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And, the Giants right now are tied in second with Dallas. Okay? We're tied in second in this division with Dallas. Right now, again, I'm going to keep stressing this. Go get yourself a wide receiver. They're rumored to be interested in Judy. They're rumored to be interested in Brandon Cooks. None of those receivers are going to be worthy of a second round pick. So we got to get that out of our heads. They're not going to be worthy of a second round pick. I understand even that Judy had a good game today. It's not worthy of a second round pick. So again, I'm very interested to see what Joe Shane does after this game. The Giants, we got to get healthy. Again, outside of Nick Williams and Richie James, for the most part, we did. Yeah, I mean, we got to chalk this up, man. Something's got to change with this offense. I got to see a better game called by Mike Kafka because this was, in my opinion, his worst game that he was play calling in. So can't see that happen, man. Can't see that happen. 6-2. I think any Giants fan going into the season would take that going into the bye. If there was a game that the Giants could have lost, and I did state this, it was going to be this game. Because while I did have the Giants winning, I also stated that this game could go either way. They're a well-coached team. That's a veteran coach over there. They have talent over there. And the moment that you saw that DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, who most people thought was not going to play in this game, that ultimately changed a lot of things. Now, granted, there's only so much you can do. There's really only so much you can do. And at the end of the day, I thought for the most part, the Giants held their own. They definitely got lucky on some plays, but they held their own. But we got to make adjustments. We really have to make adjustments. Um, Good game by Saquon Barkley today. I thought he looked stout. He was running with confidence. He was hitting the holes very well. So I'm not going to get on him too much, but penalties, offense, bad play calling on the offense. I mean, it was a killer, man. And those fumbles on Richie James, an even bigger one. So can't see that going forward. We cannot, or else we're going to be losing a lot of games. And I don't, when you look at the stretch, I don't see the Giants losing a lot of games, but we're going to need some help. Let me know your thoughts below, Giants fans. I'm going to go back and rewatch this game, give you guys another video tomorrow. But let me know your thoughts below. How are you guys feeling? This game definitely wore me out, as you guys could see. Was frustrating from start to finish. But hey, for the most part, the Giants, they're playing very well this season. This just wasn't their game to win. And we're going to have to make some adjustments and come out of the bye and take on the Texans, which that should be a really fun game for the Giants. Hopefully a bounce back game. Let us know your thoughts below. Don't forget to join the Hit Squad. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Follow us on Twitter. The link is in the description box. And we'll see you guys in the next